That last video I made yesterday, the May 4th, anyway, that was when this inverter, it's so noisy when there's no load on it, just drowns out everything. So I'm going to keep this thing shut up and change the way I video this. So this is where I'm at. I kind of did a few things on the contacts in there yesterday, and it worked through a forward cycle and a reverse cycle. So now this is the drum switch that I they made these, so these contacts, see these, I don't know if you can see those contacts. I could get better lighting, but I'm going to pull this drum switch off. It's been missing the covers, so it could be those contacts. So these bolts right here, I'm going to take these off and see what that will give me, because all of this is all mechanical. So you can see right here, that's kind of spring loaded. So this is the on the front, this mechanism right here that operates that limit switch is this handle right here. So you can see here it says on, right? So you can kind of hear that limit switch. This is in the off position. So now this has this switch right here, which this is the drum switch. This is the limit switch. It's got 1, 2, that's neutral, 3, 4, and then there's one more. See that? So I don't know what that means. I can't find any info on this yet. So anyway, it's got 1, 2, 3. This says it's off right here. You can see right there it says off. This one in this position. Then there's 1, 2. But I can't see, there's a little dot right there. Anyway, that's another position. You can see the cam operation right there. So anyway, there's a lot to discover with this thing. So everything is in the off position right there. That should be. Anyway, so it was in neutral before. So what I'm going to do for the next hour is get this all loosened up and everything. And get it ready for tomorrow. See if Steve will be able to do something. We may have to make our own points, solder some silver on the tips. So anyway, I'm just going to do that and get back to with another update. Eureka! I figured out. So anyway, this without having to reach underneath this bracket right here, I was able to get this out. I had to kind of really push the wires, but now I can go ahead and continue troubleshooting without any problem, except that this orientation right here, you can see where it goes right there. And I got to keep that. There was only one set screw on there, So anyway, there's this set screw. So this flat right here, I have to be sure that that stays there. So I'm not going to pull any wires or anything. But I see from when I did the other one, I may not have a choice. I don't know how I can access the contactors in there. If you look real close underneath there, you can see the points right down in there. So somehow, I don't know how you access those. I'm going to have to see what I can find out. Well, before I do anything, I'm just going to use my own meter and check it all out. You know, don't fix something if you don't have to. So I'll be back. Okay, so I finally got it so I can work on it right here. So in this position, I don't know if you can tell, there's a little arm right at the bottom of that right there. Okay, so that's a stop. So it goes up here to these two stops right there. So I'm assuming this is a neutral or any contact with anything. I don't know what the normal state for it is. So what I'm going to be trying to do is map the logic out for this forward and reversing switch, you know, and trace these wires back. You know, for some reason I got to figure out why, with everything in there, why it's not running before we have to do anything. You know, I had to come down here and close the contactor for it to run. So that's what I got to map out the logic. Now what you can see here is they've got these all identified as, this is a contact block right here. So this is 1, 3. So there, these sets, what I'm trying to determine is the feed. If this is the common for a normal open, normal closed contact, then that's what I'm trying to map out. And you can, as you can see how these jumpers are, that's for the forward and reversing aspect of this. So, and I also have to determine if this switch right here determines when the motor comes on and off. Now, you know, when I saw the points on this contactor, they were pretty pitted and worn out. So, but it did allow us to at least start it and realize that the wiring's, we don't have to do anything to it. We just got to fix the contactor part. So I'll be back. Wow, it looks like the Chuck was out last night hunting. Look, he got a chicken. Look at that. And it was oil fried. Well, I hope he doesn't up Chuck. All right, let's get serious here. Okay, so this is what I'm assuming before I start mapping this out, is like I pointed out before, maybe you can see it better there. This right here, this plane here, the vertical going down the center here, is the neutral position or off of this drum switch, and also this switch, the forward and reversing switch here. So there's 3 positions going on either side. All right, so now what that is doing is it's actually operating 2 sets of contacts. There's a set of contacts right here that are going up and down vertically. As you can see, this side is vacant right there. So these have their own logic and they're doing their own thing, as well as these right here. So a lot of these are mutual contactors here. So anyway, what I'm going to be doing here is, this is the supervisory side. This is the 110 volt side of our logic circuit that's coming in here. So half of that, or all of it actually for me, is also I have to go with the assumption that the motor doesn't run when the forward and reversing switch is there. So in order to validate its operation, once I get this all back together, is that this handle, this is like an emergency stop or whatever. When it's over here, oh, I don't have everything together, sorry. Anyway, when it's over here, it's on. So that is providing, that's this limit switch right here. All right, now that's getting its feed This is three-phase right here, these three right here. So that's getting its feed from this contact here. That's how they get the 110. They're going from one, this is 220 three-phase. So they're going from the hot down to provide the power for the logic circuit. So all of this goes through the heaters. There's two heaters here. A heater is a kind of like a fuse. It causes the circuit breaker to, it breaks open this circuit right here and causes the circuit breaker to open, shut down the motor or whatever's causing the overload. So anyway, I'm going to be tracing that out. I don't see how that can be really too hard since these contacts, the top to the bottom. So what I'll be doing is figuring out the logic of the cam that's inside this drum switch. And that would be true for this other side as well. So anyway, I'm going to work on that. I've got myself a paper to put that information on, and I'll get back to you. We've got success. So what I'm going to do is explain what I've done, and then I'm going to set the camera up here, and you can see what we have to do here. You know, so I got this out and it's working now. My main problem here is all these red wires, you know, which ties this limit switch. This is the on-off switch right here, basically. And the coil operates, but it's not getting the power supply through this, you know. See, in this position right here, everything is open. When I go up here, when I click, so this comes over here, that makes up this contact, and it should energize the coil, but it's not doing that for some reason. And when it's going in, when you go into reverse, this is supposed to keep the coil closed. And so anyway, I still have to resolve that issue. In the worst case scenario, I could put till we get that resolved, I could put a push button over there, and then, you know, I have the box. It would be essentially two start-stop. I don't see it now. Anyway, so anyway, what I'll be filming next is the this actually working, which is a major milestone. Okay, it's going to get noisy. I'm going to turn on the rotary inverter, and we'll go through the sequence of operating this lathe. Damn. So here we go. Wow, what a bummer. I was going through all the things. I just put the contactor would stay up, it would stay self-closing, and so there's probably still some contact problems with all of this because it sat out in the open for over 20, probably 30 years. So it's not quite the demo, but you did see in the video that it's going backward and forward. And if I want, I can make it so it stays on for me if I need to use it. So until I get all of those contactors, it may just be a function. I noticed it was arcing quite a bit, so it's probably the contacts are all weathered. You know, those are silver contacts, so they probably oxidized and everything over the years sitting out in the open. So anyway, that's going to be the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. I guess not really. I'm not quite done yet. I was the motor isn't real hot, so but anyway, I blew out this fuse. What is that? It's a 40 amp fuse, and what happened is when this selector goes down to 2 right here, that's a motor speed change, but it overloaded it. You know, I wasn't videoing it. And there's another one in the forward direction as well. So I think just as a matter, I got to check to see if it. Okay, so fortunately the motor heaters didn't go out on there. It was more related to the inverter not liking what was going on. So anyway, the thing we learned here is that just the 2 motor selectors on the front here, which is here, it's a 1 there and a 1 here, and then any speed changes will have to do with these combinations right here. So anyway, I still got to work on keeping the closing contactor. So now this is the end. I just had a problem there. I was just sniffing to see if there was any burnt wires. Anyway, this is going to go out in a couple hours. Well, I guess it's not quite the end. I got the feed working on this, and let's stop it and try it in reverse. Okay, so we stopped it. Let's go in reverse. So it's backing out. All right, that's pretty good. This all has to be loosened up and down here. See, this is the feed right here working. Right here is working. That's that adjustment right there. So this is the travel there. Okay, I've stopped it. I still don't. This isn't releasing, or it doesn't seem like it's. I gotta figure that out. So. That's going to have to be degreased. So anyway, this is working. Now, if everything was fantastic, when I pull this over here, it should start it, but it's not doing that. So the limit switch is all working good. And the gears up here, speed changer, I think this is part of that. So I'm gonna push this down there. It's all full of sand. I'll have to loosen that up. Let me get down here. Dang. There. That's working pretty good. So we got the end stock here. That's working. So I'm really happy. I just greased up the gears. The belt seemed to be fine. There's a lot of, I guess after 25 years, there's a lot of stuff that got in there. So, it's all working. Okay, so I disengage this. This is being driven. This is a feed rate change here, and this is more gear selection there. Okay. So tomorrow morning I'll be able to demonstrate this to Pete. So both our machines are up and running this visit.